Today we're looking at this Flight Satchel from Alpaka. It's a new product, a new bag. They sent this to me for testing and review, and I was particularly interested in this satchel style of carry for travel, like walking around in a city with just exploration in mind and maybe a little photography. So I'm coming at this review from that mindset. I've always kind of liked satchel style bags, and I really realized that is what they're called, like when it's down here by the hip, when I was in Japan earlier this year. My main city exploring bag for that trip was actually this one, the really great Metro sling bag, also from Alpaka. They're like brothers. You can see my review on this bag at that link right up there. But I ended up picking up the Mystery Ranch Indie bag while I was there because, I don't know, it just felt right. Felt right for city travel. And I did use it some on some outings while I was in Japan. This is a good packable satchel. Let me know if you want me to do more of a review on this. It's been out for a while, but if you're interested, let me know in the comments. But this one doesn't have the structure that this bag has. After I got back from Japan, I decided to order another satchel bag. This one's from Japan, called the Snow Peak shoulder bag. But I haven't even used this one at all yet. So no thoughts. Let me know if I should prioritize reviewing it. I like this kind of bag for walking around in a city while exploring. So when Alpaka announced this, I knew I wanted to test it out to see how it would do for me. So let's get into it. Okay, first, why a satchel style bag? And for me, it comes down to comfort. It's just more comfortable for me to wear a bag down here near the hip than a sling bag up high on the back or the chest. It doesn't mean I hate slings, but sometimes I prefer a hip placement. It also has a more traditional layout versus slings, and it just feels more accessible for me when I'm trying to carry a camera around as well. When I'm exploring a new place, I like to have my camera with me, obviously, as a photographer. And nowadays, even though I'm mostly just shooting for fun while traveling, I still prefer a real camera instead of just my iPhone. So accessing that camera from a sling or a backpack just takes longer than from a satchel that's right here at the waist. If I stop and see something I want to take a picture of, I just kind of reach down, pull the camera out, take my shot, and put it back in. It's a very traditional way that photographers work. Now, I put affiliate links in the description if you want to check some of this stuff out. Just a quick and easy way to support this channel and other channels that use affiliate links. It helps us to keep bringing videos to you. Now, onto the specifics on this new option from Alpaka. We'll start by talking about the sections. It's got 3 vertical sections. This pocket here on the front is a divided front pocket. It's got this little divider, but it's a pocket with its own depth. It's got about 1 inch of depth, just enough for some quick access daily things like snacks and sunscreen. I got a little pouch here with a few things in there. Action camera batteries. So that's the kind of thing that these pockets are good for. It also has this standard Alpaka key clip in here, this little magnetic fidlock kind of a thing. This section does have an AquaGuard zip, and it navigates about like other AquaGuard zippers do, but it's only 1 zipper pull, not 2. I wish it had dual zipper pulls on this pocket, like it does on the main pocket, which now here in the middle of the bag is our main pocket. You've got the main pocket accessed via another AquaGuard zipper, and it opens wide, but not as wide as other bags, and including that Snow Peak bag that we were looking at just a minute ago, which the length of the zipper impacts how wide of a mouth you get. And this isn't a super wide mouth. It's also not a super large bag, but some satchels have the zipper going up a little higher, which means more zipper length, which means a larger mouth. Does that make sense? Okay, what I am carrying in there, for my testing, is I actually have a camera in here. This is my Fuji camera, and it's wrapped in a Timba Tools wrap. I can't remember exactly what this is called, but it's just a Velcro sort of a wrap that you can put the camera in. Now, for me, that's fine because I don't need the camera to be super well protected, just a little bit protected from other things inside the bag. And this works out fine. I can take the camera out of that quick and easy and just put that right back in there. Just put the camera in, take the camera out. So this is a Fuji X-T4 with a good fat big old prime lens on there, and the Timba Tools protective wrap that I'm using to protect the camera while in transit. Now I've also got a little pouch with some goodies in there. This is actually a mobile tripod in case I decide to do a time lapse or something. Let's take a look inside there. You can kind of see that. I also have an extra lens in here. Now, this is going to be a little hard to see. There is an internal water bottle pocket right here. And so inside of that internal water bottle pocket, I decided to stash another lens. It's a good spot for a lens. It's a bonus surprise to have an internal water bottle pocket, which is pretty cool. It's got the zipper pocket on the front side that it runs pretty much the length of the bag, and it goes down to the bottom. Not a lot of three-dimensionality on this pocket, so it's best for small or flat items. I couldn't really find a good way to store my action cam selfie stick tripod handle thingamabob in the main pocket, so that kind of sucks, but it's an odd sized item, so I don't really blame the bag. It's just part of what I carry, and I kind of want a bag that has a nice spot for this, but it's not a deal breaker. I was able to stick it in this pocket right here, which we'll come back to in a little while. Now this pocket, this is large enough for a jacket or some lunch or a couple of tech pouches, but it's not a huge pocket. This whole bag is actually kind of small, which reminds me, let's talk dimensions. The dimensions are height 9.6 inches, width 13.8 inches, depth 5.1 inches. When empty, the weight, we have 1.26 pounds. And they say it stores 11 liters. It's 11 liters size. The shoulder strap changes between 31.5 inches and 59 inches. More on the strap later. 11 liters isn't a lot of room, but the good thing is that helps to keep the load light. And speaking of keeping the load light, they chose lightweight fabrics too. The lining material is an X-Grid 150-degree ripstop that feels and looks great. It's kind of a creamy off-white, and it helps when looking for things inside the bag. The exterior is made from their proprietary Axoflux 210D ripstop fabric, which is made from recycled plastic bottles, and I love that. In the description, I'm going to link to a cool primer from the Alpaka website about the fabrics that they use in their products. If you're a real bag nerd like me, that may be of some interest, so check it out. Okay, now back to this main pocket. On the back side of the main pocket is the laptop or tablet pocket. You got a Velcro release, and I've got my 11-inch iPad stored in there right now. They said this fits up to a 13-inch MacBook Air. I tested it with a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and it did, technically it fit. but it was very tight and it bulged up a little bit. So I'm of the opinion that it is not a great fit for a 13-inch MacBook Pro. I didn't have a modern MacBook Air to test with, so I don't know how that one fits. The 11-inch iPad fits great. 13-inch MacBook Pro, barely. Like, it zips, but it's not what I would want to do with it. This brings me to my first issue with this bag. This isn't a big deal really for me, but I carry a 16-inch MacBook Pro around, and there's just no way that it fits in here. So for me to use this as a daily driver or as a bag to carry my crap to the coffee shop in a foreign city so I can get a little work done, this just isn't going to work for me. Of course, more and more people are traveling without laptops at all these days, so your case is probably different than mine, but I wish I could have a small, lightweight bag that was also big and robust. You know, I wish I could have it all. Okay, moving on. This third vertical section that we're talking about is this exterior zipper on the back side of the bag. Now, it's a little bit hidden here. It's a little hidden behind this. This is the luggage pass-through. We'll maybe mention that again in a minute, but it's kind of hidden behind the luggage pass-through, but there's a zipper back here. And it's slightly kind of hidden. It's pretty narrow, but large enough to hold a wallet or this gigantic power bank. I mean, this pocket is about the size of like an average novel. You put a book in there and it'll be fine. But I have a concern about this pocket. It doesn't have AquaGuard zippers. And due to the placement and zipper style design, I believe this area could become a catch basin for rainwater if you get caught in a rain shower. Like, whatever you put in this pocket should be something you don't mind getting wet if you find yourself in rainy conditions, because I'm pretty sure this pocket will be the first area of the bag to have water soak in during a rain shower. But since this bag features a designated umbrella pocket, I told you we'd come back to this pocket, you may never find yourself in that situation. This is a slip style, a little umbrella, portable umbrella, but this is a little slip style pocket here on the end, and on the bottom of this pocket is a little bit of mesh. So if you put a wet umbrella through here, your umbrella can drip throughout the store, making a trail of drips as you walk around, if that's what you do. Otherwise, it can just get some air in there and it can dry easier. On the other side of this bag, on the other end of this bag, is the expandable water bottle pocket. Let's take a quick look. You can see that this thing zips up and becomes a little bit more of a slip pocket if you don't want to carry a water bottle in there. But if you want to expand it, this is a 32-ounce Nalgene. It fits just fine. It's a little. I mean, it fits because it's not gonna come out. I mean, if I really shake it, you can see. But in case you're worried about that, they've got this elastic cord that you can wrap around, stretch over the top to secure your water bottle. This is an appreciated feature because I've actually had a water bottle slip out of a bag and it falls on the concrete and gets all banged up, and I don't like that. And as we mentioned, it's got a luggage pass-through, which is a very nice to have. Obviously, if we're talking about a travel bag, being able to put this on your rolling luggage is great. Okay, now on to this shoulder strap. Now, first you may be wondering what I got this crazy looking thing right here. This is not Alpaka. This is from a brand called Gregory. This is a sunglasses case that you can Velcro and strap on to things. I decided, since what I was carrying, I didn't have a really good spot for sunglasses, I decided to put this on the strap, and it just kind of lives there so I can conveniently access my sunglasses when I'm out walking around, and that's convenient. Okay, this strap is detachable. It uses this little circular release buckle, from, it says mag locks on there. Let's see what happens if we take this strap all the way off. How are we supposed to carry the bag? With the luggage pass through like this? We're supposed to walk around with the bag like this? I don't think so, buddy. That is not going to work. So this brings me to my biggest nitpick so far about this bag. And actually, that Snow Peak bag and the Mystery Ranch bag, the satchel bags that I showed you earlier, neither one of them has a handle. None of these bags have a handle for quick grabbing. Now this situation is most obvious to me when I'm like getting in and out of the car. Like I take the bag off and set it in the passenger seat. I need to move it to the seat or grab this from the seat and put it back on. But there's no handle to grab. So the only way I can do it, and this is annoying, but the only way I can is I gotta bunch up the handle and grab it like this, and then get out of the car and then put it on. I don't like that. It's not ideal. Okay, so the good thing about this strap is that it is long. I do appreciate a long strap. I have seen some complaints from people online that on its smallest setting, it's still too long for them. So I'd say if you're a tall person, this is great. If you're not tall, you might not like this strap. Now here's what it looks like on me at the longest setting. I'm 6'3". This is the longest setting. So you can kind of see how it sits on the longest setting. But you saw me fiddling with this strap to get it to the longest length. And really adjusting this strap is more difficult than it ought to be. Doing it while wearing is nearly impossible. So this is a problem. It is very difficult to adjust. These things do not slide. They do not slide unless they're in a very particular angle. Now, being able to adjust the shoulder strap is a basic common sense need that shouldn't even need to be discussed. But here we are. Hopefully they can get this issue resolved in a future version of this bag, but right now it's not working out too well. It's worthy of a complaint. Now there is a shoulder pad, and the pad can slide up and down the whole length of the strap, so you can get that in just the right place, which I always appreciate that option. The pad is comfortable, and I've got no complaints about the shoulder padding. I do have another nitpick with this bag, which is a lack of lash points. When I'm on the move, I often want to clip a hat or a compression strap for a jacket, or just clip some sunglasses to it. I'm always wanting to clip things to my bag, and I want to have some flexibility. Now this bag is sorely lacking in any good lash points. I was able to come up with a bit of a solution here using the logo tag and this elastic think tank cord. These things are pretty rad, these little bungees. And I put my hero clip on there. So I mean, it kind of works, but just a few lash points somewhere on this bag would go a long way to making it a little bit better for travelers. Now, as usual with Alpaka, I've only got good things to say about the quality and construction. It feels solid and durable. No stray threads or any quality control issues to worry about besides what I mentioned with the adjustability of the strap. So that's the Alpaka Flight Satchel. There's an affiliate link in the description if you want to check it out further. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.